It's time for Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro from the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace.
And time once again for Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro of the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace. How you doing, Dr. John?
I'm doing really well today.
Love to call you Dr. John.
Absolutely.
Now, Catanzaro, is it Catanzaro? Catanzaro?
It's Catanzaro.
Catanzaro,
yeah.
okay.
And it's a hard name to pronounce, and that's why everybody calls me Dr. John.
Dr. John. That's why I say that. Hey, this week we're talking about vitamins, and we're going to focus in on probably the vitamin we all hear about from a young age. I even remember vitamin C.
Yes.
What is so important about vitamin C?
Well, you know, vitamin C, when we talk about vitamin C, we have to give credit to Linus Pauling. You know, ever hear that guy's name? I mean, he spent a whole lifetime in studying vitamin C. I mean, vitamin C and its effect on red blood cells, vitamin C and its effect on connective tissue, vitamin C and its effect on preventing inflammatory disease, vitamin C and being able to prevent cancer.
Colds, too, is the name.
Vitamin C and the common cold.
Yeah, the common cold.
It's kind of an interesting thing because in a study they were showing that people that actually had active flu virus and the tolerance to vitamin C, when you're actually in an active flu phase, your tolerance to vitamin C, it's amazing because you can actually take an excess of 30 to 50 grams of C very easily when you're in an active, flu phase. And then when a person starts to recover from that, then their vitamin C tolerance begins to, go down because then they don't need as much vitamin C.
Okay.
So the thing about vitamin C that people need to know is that the half-life of vitamin C in the body is not very long. So you actually have to take it frequently during the day. So you probably want to dose vitamin C every 4 or so hours. At least, yes. I mean, and a common dose for maintenance could be, easily 5,000 milligrams a day. I usually tell people when they're taking vitamin C, they probably want to take at least 2,000 milligrams twice a day, minimum.
Okay.
And if they're kind of slow and sluggish and fighting colds and stuff like that, they need to up their vitamin C to maybe 10 grams of C a day, or maybe even more.
Okay.
When they're not battling these colds, it's probably better that they go down to a maintenance dose and don't just continue a high dose of C.
And again, spread it out during the day.
Spread it out during the day.
Okay.
Unless you've actually had what they call a fat-soluble type vitamin C, which is known as ascorbyl palmitate. Ascorbyl palmitate is basically a fat form soluble C, which means that it stays in the system a little bit longer, but you still have to dose it more than once a day.
Okay. Well, what are some, and I know you're all about getting your vitamins and supplements from food first. What are some good foods that really have a lot of vitamin C in them?
Foods that you can get a lot of vitamin C in is, for instance, in the fresh fruit arena, you can be getting a lot of your vitamin C from berry juices, black cherry, raspberry, oranges, and sometimes people have allergy to oranges, so you have to be a little bit careful about that if you're sensitive to oranges.
Okay.
And sometimes the thing about oranges, if you're going to get all of your C during the time, say for instance, you're dealing with a lot of mucus in your body where you're having a chest cold and you're producing a lot of phlegm. If you take too much vitamin C from orange juice, the orange juice has a tendency to make more mucus. So
it does.
And it is a problem. So it's better for you to get your vitamin C supplementally that way instead. But
what about cranberry juice?
Cranberry juice is also higher in vitamin C. All of your green vegetables have higher concentrations of vitamin C.
Okay.
And usually those are the things that people don't normally engage in. If you're going to get your vitamin C and say, for instance, you want to get a high concentration of C in your foods, juice.
Juice is the best.
Juice is the best. Veggie juices, fruit juices, making sure that the juices are actually from a good whole organic source and not just watered down, and they're not sugar sweetened.
So also grinding them up in the what do you call the thing?
In a juicer.
In a juicer. There you go. What about that way? To
Absolutely,
get you
yes. Okay. I would say that's probably the best way. And then keep the substance of the fruit. So, in other words, the pulp of the fruit's important. Okay. For fiber, and a lot of the times people will juice and they don't, utilize the pulp of the fruit. I say use the pulp of the fruit because that's a very nutritious part as well. Okay. Yeah.
So things to keep in mind then, take it a couple of times a day as a supplement, but also get as much as you can from juices and green vegetables for vitamin C.
Yes.
Okay, and if you if people want to get in touch with you, how do they do that, Dr. John?
They can contact us on our website at www.ehealthandhealing.com or by phone 425-697-6112.
More details as well at kcisradio.com. You can listen to past programs, submit questions there as well. This has been Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro on KCIS.
You've been listening to Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro from the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace. For more information, visit ehealthandhealing.com or hwicancerresearch.org or call 425-697-6112. You can also listen to past programs and submit your questions for Health Coach at kcisradio.com.